Do you feel like your group could be the strength of this team?
Yeah, I think they can. I think they every single day, they're working really, really hard. It's not easy to play in the trenches. I'm super excited that we got a lot of vets that are coming back. But the thing I'm really more excited about is that they actually get a chance to do spring ball. When you think about it, last year, Brandon Dolis wasn't doing spring ball. Keon wasn't doing spring ball. Popo wasn't doing spring ball. So these reps that they're gaining now, okay, is going to be super valuable for them moving forward.
I was going to say for Popo in particular, you didn't get to see him in spring. You barely got to see him in fall camp before the injury. Yeah. So now that you're going to finally have the chance to see him for a prolonged period, heard he was quite productive in the first scrimmage in particular. What is he bringing this spring? Where do you feel like the player you've got now versus the guy you saw really on tape and really hadn't a chance to see yet?
Yeah, I think with added years comes maturity, comes experience. He's shown a lot of flash. He's a combination player that can hold the point and play the nose guard position, can play the defensive tackle position. He's got a lot of athleticism for his size. He's about 305 now, very twitchy. So I'm really excited about what he's going to be able to do. So he's done a great job with the trainers and getting himself healthy, and Chief and them have done a great job getting him ready to go. So I expect him to have a really good season if he continues staying on track.
You really need him to be, you want all your guys to be productive in the backfield. It's not, but him specifically, you really need him to be a disruptive pass rush kind of guy from the 2-eye and shade and zero. You really need that out of him particularly.
Yeah, we need that out of all our guys, whoever's playing in there. But he definitely can do that. He brings added value on third down. He's somebody that can play all three downs. Some players you have that they can only do first, second down, and everybody's got a specific role. But the thing that makes Popo really special is that he's a three-down player, and he can provide interior pass rush for us. And so we're going to need that, and I'm really excited that, he's just trending in the right way. He's in a good mental space, good physical space. So I'm just really happy for him and his progress so far.
Taki was forthright about it. He wasn't very happy with how his season went last year. And I understand injury was a big part of that. But what do you feel like he was just missing last year other than the injury? And where has he progressed here so far this offseason to get back to the player he was?
Yeah, I think for him just being year two in the system, allows him to play faster and not think so much. I think there's a lot of growth in that with a lot of our players now. They're playing a lot faster. They're thinking less, so now they can really focus on their fundamental technique and play within the scheme of the defense. For somebody like Taki, just having another year, he truly understands where everybody fits, what's expected out of him on defense. So for him, it's just getting in the best shape he can possibly be in, because he's a guy that definitely can command four hands. And if they try to single him, he's going to win his fair share of battles.
Casey Rogers, another guy going into year two of the system. Just how have you seen him improve, and how have you seen him do it this so far there in spring camp?
Yeah, it's a totally different Casey Rogers. I've been with him for a long time now. He's sitting at 300 pounds now. So last year he was playing at 290. So you got a bigger Casey Rogers that's bigger, faster, and stronger. So really excited about what he's been able to do. This is his he didn't have a spring ball last year at Nebraska. So you're talking about four guys that didn't have any spring ball reps, and they came in and played the season last year, as opposed to now they got all these reps ready to go. So I'm just really excited about his growth. He's a great team leader, does a great job just helping the young guys get better too.
It's a highlight reel play for him at the end of the Holiday Bowl, but can you explain to the layman, to the fan, that getting a 3-tech out on the edge against the eventual first round quarterback to tackle him by the shoulders, it's not easy. There's not a lot of guys who go out and do that.
Yeah, we put a high premium in our room about effort plays and stack monsters, and Casey takes a lot of pride in that. There's only so many plays you can make within the box, and you still extra productions outside the box, whether they're gonna, especially now with college football, big time, jet sweeps and screen games. So you got to be able to show up there too. And Casey takes a lot of pride in that. But in that particular game in North Carolina, we needed that stop, and that stop helped us get a field goal instead of a touchdown, which could have totally changed the game. So that's just how he plays. He's a true blue-collar guy. I love that about Casey. He sets a great example for our guys and what it means to play like a duck up front, but also what it means to break the stack and go make plays.
Johnny Bones is a guy who physically really stands out. He's a big kid. What have you seen from him so far in this first spring?
Yeah, Johnny's shown flashes. Again, in this system, it takes a while to learn it, but he's got some natural physical abilities. He's 290. He can run really fast, probably one of our faster D linemen up front. So he can rush the quarterback. He's got long levers, but really excited about, where he's come so far and what he can do for us in the future, because he can definitely add some pass rush value for us.
Dorlis was a guy just so forthright long before you ever got here that last year was supposed to be his final year.
Right.
That was always the plan.
Mm-hmm.
He said it the year before, I'm coming back, I'm going to be in the draft this
Right.
time.
Yep.
Take us into those conversations about, obviously you want him back selfishly, but
Right.
where you felt like he could most enhance his game by coming back.
Yeah, I think for not just for him, I think for all of us across the board, it's always about the growth mindset. And the challenge for him is he wants to go as high as he can go. And I felt like last year, we sat down and talked, and there's a lot of plays that he was in position to make, but just didn't make it, and he missed for some reason. So, the big key for us this year is just getting him in position again, because he definitely can get there, but just finish the plays. And so he's done a really good job. Again, just having this offseason of training and working out is going to pay huge dividends for him. And he knows and he understands that, and he's attacking this like this is his last one, and so he's put all his eggs in one basket, and he's done a great job.
Is Jordan Birch working mainly with you or with Tony? Or
Yeah,
both?
no, he's in and out of both rooms. Same thing as Dorlis. We try to cross-train these guys. They're on the edges, but having Birch in the room, that's another big guy on the edge. You get Dorlis and Birch on the outside. You get Mason outside. You get Mateo out there. There's a lot of really good depth, to be able to help us out in terms of affecting the quarterback and being able to play the run too as well. So really excited about having those guys in there.
Do you view him as like a 5'6", out to a wide 9, or do you
He
think
can play all of that. Yeah, he can play all of that. Just like Dorlis can play a 5, can play a 6, can play a 9. With Dorlis, he's got the position fix to slide in and be a 3 technique and take advantage of less athletic guards. So we have the ability to do that, but we have some young guys that we added to the roster too that can really go. So really excited about, just the depth we have up front with the edge guys and inside guys. So
with those guys specifically, Tony, with pass rush was just such an issue for you guys last year, and it was the year before you guys got here. But do you feel like you have the volume of those high gear edge guys that you want, that you need? I mean, you always want more, I get that, but do you feel like you have, when that was an issue that got to address this?
Right.
Do you feel like you're there?
I think we do. I think we're trending in the right way. We got to, we finally have a chance to have a full season of recruiting and getting the roster where we want to. Adding Mattel in at the end. You got Tatum out there in the edge too, Winston, you got Birch. There's some big guys out there now that can rush, and then you got interior rushers now. You can slide Dorlis inside. You got Popo, you got Taki, you got Casey, you got Keon. I feel like we can really mass sub these guys like hockey and keep fresh rushers, and that's a big key in terms of getting after the quarterback. And I feel like we got a good group of guys that take a lot of pride in that, can do it.
What specifically have you seen from Birch that gives you the impression that he'll be able to get after the quarterback during these practices?
Just the sheer physical size, speed, and power. A lot of offensive tackles are not used to seeing guys that are that big on the edge. You can see some of that in the NFL, where you got, big guys that can go from speed to power on the edge. Dorlis can do that, but then you add, Mateo's not a small guy either. And that's another big guy that can rush on the edge. And so then you got Mace. So we got guys on the edges that can rush, and we got some guys on the interior that can really push the pocket too. So
what have you seen out of Tatum's transition from local high school ball to this level?
I'm really proud of him just in terms of how he's attacking it. The room is deep in the edges, but he's just working really, really hard. We talk about hedgehog. That's some of the things that we talk about in our Get Real session with Coach Landon he brought here. And one of the things we talk about is like everybody's got a specific skill set. Like, what's your hedgehog? What do you do really good? And to me, as his dad, he plays hard. You might be able to block him and play 1, but he's going to come hard and play 2, play 3, play 10. It's going to be the same thing. And so that's where he's going to end up winning. But just really proud of his development and learning from the guys. And, so he's been doing really good.
Obviously tonight, not a D-line, but there could be a first-round pick tonight for the Ducks from last year in the NFL draft. What's the feeling like for Christian today, and what's he going to bring to whoever picks him tonight?
Yeah, really excited. He's an elite competitor. Great ball skills. He can run pretty much with any wide receiver. He's shown that every Saturday. And so the thing I really love about Gonzo that a lot of people don't know is in the bowl game, he was with us. He couldn't. He could easily just hung out at the hotel or at home and just watched it. But he was at practice. He was with the guys, teaching. He's a true ball guy. So really excited about him, and also about the other guys didn't get a chance to get their names called this weekend. So it's great for Oregon football. It's great for the Ducks. So really excited about those guys.
Have you seen some new things from Tatum, or kind of learned some things from him, actually getting to coach him in practice now and just kind of develop that relationship with him a little bit further?
I mean, he's been with me for a long time, so there's nothing that he does that surprises me. I'm just glad that he's able to come and help our team out, and he's willing to do anything and everything he can to help our team out and win. So just glad with the progress that he's making, and he's humble. He's going to work hard, and he's going to bring his best to the table every day.
The defense was able to make some big plays last spring game. What are you sort of expecting out of the team this side?
Same thing, especially on the green side, because I'm on the green side. But it's going to be fun. We had a little, a mock scrimmage today with the green and yellow, which was really cool. We had a chance to work situational football. So, I just want to see our guys up front be able to go out there and execute their job and play to the best of their ability and put on a good show for all the Duck fans that are coming.
You get good on good 15 times over here in the spring, but when like the yellow team has Casey and Dorless and green team has basically your starting line, most of your starting line, that this is a valuable scrimmage and assessment point for you guys because ones-on-ones in front of 50,000 people.
Yes, no doubt. I mean, our mindset going into Saturday is it's just these guys compete they know every rep they take, every time they line up, they're on film. Like, it's an opportunity for them to compete because at the end of the day, there's only so many reps to go around. So this Saturday it's no different. The only difference now, there's people in the stands. So whether there's one people in there or whether there's 50,000 people, our mindset is going to be we're going as hard as we can. We're not going to change our approach. We're going to go out there and try to win every rep we can.
Last question. I feel like you're talking about like situational stuff, Tony, that maybe last year, for any number of reasons, injury, depth, whatever, that whether it was third and long stuff or shorter stuff, that you guys did have some situational packages, but whether you call it cheetahs or whatever, pass rush, rabbits, that maybe didn't have quite the volume of guys for that or the volume of the short yardage and run stopping necessarily to go as extreme, whereas this year you might have a little bit more variety there.
Yeah, I think through recruiting, the portal and recruiting, we're able to upgrade our roster. On defense, we got more length, we got power. I mean, you look at now, we got Justin, that's a big inside linebacker too now. That's a thumper that can play, that can run. So, you add Birch in there, and, we got guys that can really get after the quarterback, and we feel like we got guys that are stout enough up front to be able to stop the run. And then at the end of the day too, it's year 2 in the system. We get a chance to understand, like, what are we really supposed to do within the scheme of the defense and let our fundamental and technique take over from there.